After Go Go Gone, there was also another tag put for y'all कि यार ये अतरंगी लोग हैं.
I remember जिस दिन वो गाना अप्रूव हुआ ना, रात है एक और, it's a copy of an old song. Remember that song? आज हमारे दिल में
4 बज गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है. रात है एक और, बाबा जी की बूटी. So they are thinking, अरे सचिन जिगर के पास माल मिलेगा.
We've been shooting a series like a feature film. If you look at Family Man 1 or 2 or Farzi, it runs at a very high speed.
Samantha as a negative role.
There was a lot of conviction in the way she convinced us. I can ace this, I can do that action, I can be gritty, and it's a de-glam role. There is really nothing. It's like she has like 2 outfits in the entire film or something. And also the fact that Manoj being a co-actor's actor.
Hi, this is Sachin.
This is Jigar.
This is DK.
This is Raj. You're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.
After Go Go Gone, there was also another tag put for y'all कि यार ये अतरंगी लोग हैं. ये कुछ कर रहे हैं, कुछ अलग sound लेकर आ रहे हैं. I remember this, that 2 guys getting a different sound, because I think there was a tag for Amit Trivedi. Yaar Rahman ji to of course always, but Amit Trivedi had come with Dev D, and there was a different sound. And then there is Sachin and Jigar, and they are like, oh, what is happening? What is Slowly Slowly, and what is Priya doing with? She said that to me in an interview. कुछ भी कराते हैं. They tell me come into the studio and now you have to make these sounds, and I'm doing that also. This is unbelievable. But it is so.
She
cool.
doesn't even look it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you this. From the outside, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
The flow is very liberal, and somehow I think next time Raj-Dk are coming to the studio to play them something conventional will be scary.
Right.
And if I play something conventional to Raj and DK, they'll just laugh at us and say, "Ah, chalo, acha, abhi music sunao." I just feel, I think, also in a conversation, like a brief or a narration or a music setting, it's mostly these jokes. Like I look at them also and I know that third line is going to be funny, or the fourth line is going to. I think we just laughed our way through these songs. I don't even remember
how
कुछ stress किसी पे आ गया, ये क्या कैसे करेंगे. I think it's a trust or the freedom. I think that really kicks in. Sort of gives you the sort of thing कि ठीक है, doing something different perhaps must have been the prerogative.
Yeah.
And I think it's just coming together.
It's lovely. I really love this combination together.
And we make fun of our own songs.
कौन से गाने पे सबसे ज्यादा?
Every song will make fun of.
Every song.
There is nothing that is sacred.
Okay. अभी उस दिन जिस दिन I remember जिस दिन वो गाना अप्रूव हुआ ना, रात है एक और, everything inside it's going full trance, and some killer sounds are happening. The minute we all walked out of the studio, DK, I really remember he's telling, this is a very nice song, but it's a copy of an old song. I said, what? He said, no, I will tell you which song also. But not that we'll not do it, but songs that I said. He said, remember that song? आज हमारे दिल में. This is some.
Oh my God, Hamake कौन? Samdhi song.
Yeah, I mean, I love that film. I love that song too, in its own, with due respect. But to compare Radhe with Alok Nath and I mean,
I just pictured Anupam Kher ji doing.
It's only the 4. See, most of the time you will have some notes that you always sing. Sometimes we'll be singing a song that they made in their studio, hanging around like this, and I will be singing like a bhajan.
Correct.
And they'll be like, what, Raj, you're singing like a bhajan now? It's just funny that, you have these pieces of the notes, a progression is there, but that is all. Those 3 notes के बाद
मतलब हम लोग खुद ही मस्ती कर लेते. Like उसके मुखड़े के लिए there were no lines. We always sang a scratch to them. Nane, nano. And then none of us thought of writing lyrics.
It just stayed Nane Nano.
It was always Nane Nano.
Yeah.
No, and Babaji ki Booti is like
Oh, I love that track.
He's like called, you guys will sing, so we'll all sing. So all 4 of us are in the front of the mic.
Today, singing term in front of the camera, DK has sung Babaji Ki Booti.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me a break.
अरे हम लोग
The cough was...
how liberal that we are coughing and we are keeping.
Oh.
Okay, now we want to cough in this.
Actually, the fifth invisible
Part of this
is Priya and Amitabh. Okay, now think about this in a dope song to disrespect Daru and say that Daru is the man's doing. But Booti is God's gift. Like, it's just whacked out with us.
My favorite line is but समस्या के मिडिल फिंगर पे
समाधान की अंगूठी.
That is Amitabh for you.
Babaji.
वाह 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 क्या सोच है.
We got Anand Tiwari to do the lines at the end because he had that voice and his voice was kharab, like बैठ गया था. We're like ऐसे ही करो.
यही चाहिए best है.
That video, they are flying in the plane and वो देख aeroplane and soup. It is just, I just don't know how the whole thing happened.
That guy is levitating.
अंदर में बाहर.
ऐसे कहते हैं अभी मैं तो सिर्फ ऐसे कहते हैं कि to feel a song बहुत लोग एक्टिंग भी करते हैं तो should I even ask?
See,
No, we are
God,
not.
thank God you
None of
asked.
us. None of us.
Listen, Raj, I have to tell you guys this, okay?
I said to sometimes to feel a song. A lot of singers also act. So may I ask if you all also
No, that's not okay. Let me answer
decided
this.
to
Actually, that way, method acting. Huh.
So the musicians came over from Ahmedabad, okay? Now, the thing is, none of us smoke or drink, okay? It's not a thing. So, I think music was enough, you know, whatever it is. And we are like workaholics. So, we don't party. वही दिव्या, प्रिया, जिगर, हमारा सारा ड्रामा, खुशी, रोना धोना सब 4 जन के बीच में PS4 सब मिल जाता था. Now, these guys have come from Ahmedabad. What are they listening to? 4 बज गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है. रात है एक और बाबाजी की बूटी. So they are thinking, अरे सचिन जिगर के पास माल मिलेगा. And now they are waiting कि यार ये रिकॉर्डिंग सेशन में थोड़ा ब्रेक लेंगे, बाहर जाएंगे तो ये कुछ हिमालयन कुछ मिलेगा इन लोगों के पास है. And I'm saying, boss, this is a serious misconception. You made song about breakups doesn't mean we'll leave our wives for a bit and just feel कि कैसा लगता है.
You know, we get it all the time, right? People think, oh, you met Go gone, so neither one of us smokes up. Nothing. Like so, people.
No, it's like a doped out song, right? So basically, you would think, you would expect, because see, I don't think my answer to them is, there has to be a method behind madness. If you're just mad. It's just mad. They won't make any sense. There is a structure to it. There's a point to it. You cannot make a film that has still stood, its time. Like, still people are still cult, still want a sequel. You can't make something like that without thinking and not just zoned out and write some crap.
Concentrated.
Because at the end, it's still.
What he's saying is, you cannot do Babaji Ki Booti. And make
Babaji Ki Booti.
You can either make it or you can do it.
Correct?
So we used to call people and say, what happens when you take this drug?
Okay.
And so they used to say, let me find out. What happens if you take this drug? We had to understand what each drug does.
Yeah.
What some drugs do hyper, once you are low or whatever. What happens when you mix? So when somebody said never mix, by the way, they explained to me this happens when you take this, when you happen this. But when you mix them, you get screwed quite a bit. So that's the idea we put in the climax, saying that zombies were in one drug. So they mix it up.
Yeah.
So it's more.
Jigar
is loving whenever there's zombie. What is he just thinking about?
Because for us, it is the film that actually let us free. Everyone who comes to us asks us, does Bollywood limit you? Is a very common question to the two of us. Okay, Bollywood music. But for us, it has been actually very. It has just opened up the two of us. Imagine it's a reggae song. It's a proper Bob Marley kind of a reggae song, and we are doing it in a full-fledged Bollywood film with Saif Ali Khan. तो अभी इससे ज़्यादा बॉलीवुड हमको क्या दे सकता है?
कमाल है guys, कमाल है यार. Really, I really think that Go Gone. I still remember in my radio days giving that tag that there's a new sound. There's a new sound in the industry and Sachin-Jigar have come. It's amazing. I'm glad that happened and it was so huge because uske baad there was just like flowing of so many tracks and then you knew that every time there's Paji Tussi, ye ho raha hai, wo ho raha hai.
Banduk Meri Leila. What a nice sound.
Oh God, something else is coming out. You can't expect normalcy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's my most favorite album. If I have to pick one whole album, I would pick that.
Happy
Ending.
Happening
Yeah.
album is unbelievable.
Amazing song.
I now want to jump immediately from films to doing web series.
Right.
Though web series aate hain that has got us so hooked on, people have lost their jobs because they binge watch. I don't want to name those people. I had to fire a few.
Oh, look at her.
Oh yeah.
Stinky looks to the camera.
And then I went and binge watched.
Did you hire them back?
No, because मेरे उसूल है.
No.
But let's first talk about Family Man. Oh my God. I mean, कभी कभार ऐसा होता है कि जब आप कुछ देख रहे हैं, you already know it's going to be a hit. I don't know how you guys do that magic. Family Man made us feel that we already knew we were going to be part of something that is not going to stop at one season. Tell us, how did this concept come along?
See, series-wise, it's like playing cricket. I keep saying that. You know, you put a T20 or a Test match or a one day, or even box cricket. It's cricket. So it's films at the end of filmmaking for us. Either you do a feature film or a series. What happened in series was boundaries got lifted. Yeah. The same freedom that, let's say, we experienced in making zombies, where you have no precedence. Now you have a series, you know, where you have never done this before. You've never worked on a long format before. You're rediscovering it. Our walls were filled with plots, subplots, characters. How do you do this? How do you create it? How do you create each structure of each episode? Why is that series so good, and how can I be better than that? So we were just locked up in a small apartment for months and to figure out how to do a series. What happened is just the boundaries got lifted. There are no restrictions. There is no format. There is no interval bang. There is no packaging. There is no a hero, a heroine. There is no worry about songs and placement and lip sync and a structure such a way that it has to end so and so. So we went through that journey with some 5-6 films by then. So that just went away. So now it's pure storytelling, only characters and storytelling. So that's why we've been excited to do it, and we've been shooting a series like a feature film. Yeah. If you look at Family Man 1 or 2 or Fuzzy, it runs at a very high speed compared to another usual series, because we tend to make it like a feature film. The speed of it, the scenes, the locations, whatever it is, the edit. So yeah, I mean, it just gave us that impetus to explore.
Was Manoj Bajpayee always that character in your mind as Shrikant?
Yeah, no, after we had written it. I mean, not while we were writing it. Okay. While we were writing it, we were open to what kind of actor we wanted, but not Manoj Bajpayee. So we had written it. Then once we were ready to cast for it, you know, I think we met Mukesh Chabra and we were discussing who would be perfect. But yeah, when Manoj Bajpayee's name came up, we immediately know he's going to be perfect for it.
We had never met him before that. We had never met Manoj before that.
Okay. And I'm also not entirely sure he's done a comedy before this, right? But you know he's capable of doing it. When you see him, you realize he can do anything you want.
Hence, you wanted a dramatic person who can do a straight-faced humor that we wanted. That doesn't look like I'm making a joke watch. It just flows. Yet you take him seriously. Yet the kid can rib him, pull his leg, and really, make him run around. So you got that common man. Who can be a father, a husband, and a terror fighting agent.
Well, season 1 had so much that, of course, we got excited, and then there was a cliffhanger. So obviously, we're watching season 2 because we want to know what's happening. And then season 2 comes with yet another surprise, having Samantha as a negative role. What went behind that character?
Once again, like, we have never met Samantha before. And
you've never met me before also, so I'm assuming that's your that's how it works.
Family Man 3 mein
Smooth. Good job.
गाना आप ही करना
लिख गई है, लड़की सीख गई है अभी पूरा.
आप देंगे हमको मौका ना गाना बनाने का?
Sorry, DK, please continue.
Yeah. No, and also she's never done a role like this before. I don't think she had never done action before. She had not done anything as serious or as gritty or as dramatic as this before, right? She's done a lot of films in Telugu and Tamil, and she's a big star out there. But this was new territory even for her. Be it about the Hindi or being in the Hindi industry, but also the kind of role it was, the action, everything about it was new. So we had met her in this office only. Like, we thought about, will she be able to do it, or will she want to do it? These were all questions. But
I think the reverse happened, where she convinced us that that she can do it. So we were like, I think that there was a lot of conviction in the way she convinced us. Ki, that I can ace this, I can do that action, I can be gritty, and it's a de-glam role. There is really nothing. Just like she has like 2 outfits in the entire film or something. She said, and said there was so much conviction there that we said, okay, let's go for it.
So like,
but I don't think we even did a reading or an audition or anything.
No, I don't think so. All it is like, can you manage Hindi a little bit?
Yeah.
And okay, in that role, you don't have to be good in Hindi also. That was a kind of role. And beyond that, it was like, she convinced us, saying, action, I can do all of this. And also at a certain level, right? We've seen her previous work, I've seen her in Super Deluxe, and I know she's very talented. So when a talented actor, when you know there is a lot of talent, when they come and say, I can do this, you do take it seriously, because they're not going to say it just like that.
It became a trump card for the second season, because we needed something that you could make better. You had to
level it up.
Yeah, your competition was season 1. Our own competition was season 1. How do you now say that, oh, they fall short? And there's a curse of sequels. No sequel is good usually. So that
This is
really...
true, but a lot of people do say that.
And also the fact that Manoj being such a co-actor's actor, the fact that he was the face of the family man, right? So now to make space for an antagonist or whoever, coming in, a co-star coming in, and giving them the space to do what they want and actually look meek in front of this person, right? The whole police station scene, it's a great scene between the two of them, but she gets him. She actually gets him, calls him out. So it's usually, stars and all that stuff, whatever we've been through, it's not easy to put a great scene like that, because the real people kick in. So Manoj is awesome that way, He even sits with the kids and you too, they'll be going on the side, tutorial will be going on the side.
Manoj is always working with his co-actors.
Wow.
In between takes is working with the kids and like me and all that. And so what turns out is by the time we call action, magic shows up on screen.
It's not it's not easy to be effective in an action role unless you're a trained fighter usually, right? And she's a petite. She's small, but she had to take on all these guys, beat them up, and they're all putting bomb later. Remember the Manoj, Sharid, everybody's putting thoda dena. It had to look convincing. You can't just cut. And we do single shots a lot.
Yeah.
So you better be good at it. So I don't know. She pulled it off, and it really
so good,
season 2 really did a lot for us in that sense,
Amazing.
because you had to follow up the 1
Yeah.
with a better 2.
Actually, Family Man is going to be a curse for all the other series that come from Raj-Dk.
Even for Farzi, we were scared. Oh God, how will we get out of the shadow of Family Man?
I want to move to Farzi, but I just want to ask this question to the two of y'all. I think because there is a very strong background score as your background. When y'all created Kiske Liye Tu Dekha Jaan, it felt like this is now the theme of Family Man 1 and
Correct.
2. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, I'll tell you frankly, we made a very bad song first, okay? Between me and Jigar, there's a lot of filtering.
We heard it?
No.
Yeah, we did.
No.
You didn't.
So the thing is,
horrendous song.
everything about it was bad, and sometimes it is a bad day at work. कि कुछ बन नहीं रहा types. Somehow I remember putting that sitar lick, okay, and I was like, इतना ही अच्छा है जिगर, भाई सब बहुत भिखारी लेवल पे है, निकालो इसको type of a thing. And Jigar is like, इतना तुझे अच्छा लग रहा है क्या? तो मुझे बोला ये पता नहीं, it's a if you are representing like an Indian web show.
That's like saying Family Man title अच्छा लग रहा है, कहानी क्या लिखे हैं?
So there you go. Now I'm just saying, only thing that stuck for me and Jigar is कि okay, the lead instrument is an Indian instrument. And it's a very Sanskritic instrument, like the character. Like that's what I remember from the brief also. The guy is very dal bhat.
Like a very desi
character. So I said, ये सितार लिक में दम है, अभी बोल क्या करें करके. And I had no idea what to do after that. So I was like, Jigar, तेरे हवाले वतन साथियों. I just gave him the sitar lick. And Jigar then put that beat. Like a hip beat.
See, also for us it was very important because like them, if we are doing a web show, first thing is we are now typecasted as Bollywood composers, and web show is a complete, with all due respect, a complete different genre. So, and we binge watch and we see web shows made across the globe, and we love their themes. We love how the theme comes into play, not all through the score, but sometimes.
Yeah.
But when it comes like a thing, you know.
Banger, yeah.
So we knew we had to create something which is a song less and a theme more.
Yeah.
And we had to combine two elements, and so that was the first time we got mellow actually. And again with Raj and DK, we are always open to experiment. So it was mellow and Shreya doing all the semi-classical stuff. And I think it was pretty cool. And the way that theme turned out, and for
the
us,
song
it was
came
like
first and the theme came from the song.
from
I
the song.
love that, this is the story behind the tararara thing, because mere liye, as a listener, that signifies controversies
It
and
is.
conspiracies and
It is.
something that's happening which was so much in the show. There
Yeah.
were twists and turns, so that kind of played a very important role.
Yeah, you know, technically, Raj will know, it's called a tihai.
Yeah.
Classically, when
Yes.
we perform, every classical artist wants to turn around his long, elaborate improvisations with a tihai
Correct.
and then move on to the next thing in a song.
Yeah.
And in a classical, so da-da-da-da-da-da-da, one, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, two, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, three. It's called a tihai. So I was like, that much for sure represents the show. Then the mellow came in and
Shreya Di came in.
Shreya
All of that
came
then
in.
just worked out.
A lot of people used to say we never used to skip the credits. Usually you always want to get to the
Correct,
story, right?
correct.
Yeah.
They just loved that, excitement of the music kicking in.
क्या बात है यार.
And second season, we brought in all the
South Indian.
Oh yeah, we made a. Usually,
Nadaswaram instruments.
Yeah.
usually don't change your theme music.
Yeah.
We were like, no, we must. And then Nadaswaram came in.
And it sounded
Ghatam
so
came
good.
in. Mridangam came in, right?
hi, this is Sachin.
This is Jigar.
This is DK.
This is Raj. You're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.